poppin' and welcome back to a brand new video. As you've seen, there's been some razzle and some dazzle in the morning, some meetings with a potential ambassador for Venture Pals, some meetings with an incubator, as well as some order packing, some driving around throwing trash, etc, etc. One thing that I have thought about with these incubators is that there's always this first layer person that you gotta get by. It's like community manager or something like that. They don't want to be there. It's their daytime job. They can probably entry-level job. They don't know anything about startups. They don't know anything about building a business, a product, an app. They're just there as kind of like a filter, and they're looking at you like, okay, tell me about your product. How many users do you have? They're looking at their phone at the same. It's boring. You're gonna get to the people who are like enthusiastic, the people who have done this themselves, the people who understand what you're building, what you're helping, the value of the product that you're building. Oh well, rant over. Today we're gonna be talking about something a little bit different, or for now this next segment. This, as you see, is a store. And while we do have quite a big physical store, this is more a warehouse than anything. The majority of orders are actually packed in here on this packing table. Shipping is booked here and printed here. And then leave through this door. And believe it or not, but all of these are actually individual products. We have over 2,500 individual articles in store, and people need to find them somehow. One such way is that people hop onto Google, or maybe they Bing it if you're weird, but don't do that. And they search for maybe arborist gear, maybe a specific piece of gear, maybe a category of gears like carabiners, for example. And then you can press two things. You can press either a paid ad or a free ad. Now the paid stuff I already have someone who deals with. I have a bureau who does all the paid Google ads. I did that myself up until 2 weeks ago. But now we gotta focus on the organic part, which is SEO, search engine optimization. And that primarily happens through Google. As a matter of fact, let's see what Google has to say about it. Okay, Google, tell me about SEO.
According to Wikipedia, search engine optimization is the process of improving the quality and quantity of website traffic to a website or a web page from search engines. SEO targets unpaid traffic rather than direct traffic or paid traffic.
There you have it, straight from the source. Now let me show you how I do this and the tools I use to manage this at Arbeidsbutikken. Okay, so here we are, and this is a tool that I use most of the time for SEO purposes. It's called SEMrush or SEMrush. I find it pretty good. So you get a little bit of a dashboard, a little bit of an overview where you can look into a few things. And here's the thing, I'm not super into SEO, I'm not very good at it, but I kind of know enough about it to be able to make my way around it. So here we are, we can see a couple of our main keywords. We can also see how we have changed it. So for example, here are a couple of words where we've seen a decrease in the position, which is something that we need to improve. So climbing gear, for example, we've moved from position 8 to 13. So I will then use this to keep track of important keywords and see how they have changed over time. You can also contextualize this a little bit by saying past 90 days, for example, and we can see if this is a normal shift, because sometimes words do shift a little bit in ranking from day to day or week to week, but you can use this to kind of contextualize this. So we can see that we should be around 10% of the traffic from here, but as you can see, when we started the SEO work, we improved quite a bit from the 3 point whatever percent we were at, and we're now at 6%. So we did see a spike here. This indicates that this could be just because of what do you call it? Just because of trending, but we can also see that we have improved this because we started this back in the we started this effort for SEO back in kind of February, so we can kind of just see how we're trending in regards to that. But we can also do a domain overview where we can take our domain and we can also compare it to main competitors. So we can see here arbeidsbutikken.se, we can see where we're getting traffic from, we can see how we're trending. As you can see, when we started this, we're seeing quite a few more keywords in the top 100, but we're seeing a slight decrease actually in keywords in the top 3. So that's also something to do. We're capturing much more traffic with our site, but we're also we're performing worse on the top keywords. As you can see, we're not seeing nearly as big of an increase there. But if we look at for example, the top 100 keywords, we're seeing a massive increase since launching the new website. So a little bit of how you want to split it. You can also do then compare different domains, etc. You can look into traffic analytics and see where your visitors are coming from, what their retention rates are like, etc, etc. But the main feature, and what I'm going to give you a tip about, because you can dive into the world of SEO and there's going to be so many more different better videos you can watch about this, but I'm going to show you the main part I use, the thing that I think is the most useful. So we can take Sweden, we can take some of our main competitors, we can take Skogma, we can take, and we can compare how users in Sweden find these pages compared to our pages. So we can, for example, say that Skogma, they're ranking on Birkenstock. That doesn't really apply to us. We can scroll down here and we can see what are they ranking on and doing well on. What are they capturing a lot of traffic from that we're not capturing. So for instance, they're doing Ved, they're getting quite a bit of traffic on. So I will go through these types of words. I will see what we can, if we can get any new product ideas, like spännband, which is like the types of things you need to fasten stuff with. Yeah, and we can road signs. This is something that could be interesting. Arborist, for example, this arborist store, people have to put road signs when they're working near the road, so we can explore that word. If it's something which is relevant, we can save the word, we can track it, and we can maybe take in those products. We can start ranking on it, for example. And then we can, if we then take an example of maybe a keyword overview. This is another feature that I'm typically using, but we can take, for example, like so, and we can search for this keyword, and we can see this is the amount of volume it's getting. These are the different types of variations of it, and we can check this particular one. Actually, let's do this. Search. See what volume we're at here. Oh, it should be. I don't know Swedish, that's the issue. I'm very bad at it. But we can see the type of volume that it's getting, and we can then see what pages are ranking on it. So we can then compare competitors, like they're having this many referral domains, etc., etc., and we can kind of go into those domains and determine what should we be ranking on. So if we take this domain, Redskap Boden, which is one of our competitors, we can see these are their top keywords. So if someone searches for kabinhake, which is quite the word for carabiner, which is quite common in Swedish, we can see that they're ranking very high, and we are ranking relatively low. So one thing I may do then is I might add this to my list, and I can go into my website, the admin here, and we can go to view, and we can go to pages, and we can, for example, maybe in the home page we add karbinhake, which is this word for carabiner, for in one of the descriptions, or we can go to the categories, and we have this under climbing. We have the under category. Let me change this to English so you can see as well. We do have the site in English, and then we can do that one, which is carabiners. And then what we can do here is we can show more alternatives, and we could change this text slightly to rank on this. So I might put a title 3 that says karbinhake. So something like that. It says carabins, and it says carabiners and carabiniers. Yeah, it's Swedish grammar. And then I might write a text for that, which I'm going to do now after this video. So that's kind of how I deal with SEO in this way. I'm not going to dive too deep into this, but definitely check out SEMrush. And also, like, if you're running a store, if you're running an online business of some kind, it's very important to balance your SEO strategy with your paid strategy, so you capture both, because otherwise you can save a lot of money by ranking on organic keywords as opposed to paying for them. So that's a little bit of a quick tip. So definitely check out SEMrush. It's a great tool. Definitely make sure you have a good SEO strategy. And now I'm not going to rant more about this. We're going to continue the day. We're going to go to the gym, and then we're going to go home, and we're going to work a little bit more. We're done for the afternoon here in Arbetsbutiken. The weather took a little bit of a turn for the worse, so it's now raining. One of the things which I have to do is I have to close the check, or not the check, the cashier, whatever you call these unmodern things. So to do that, you just finish it, and then you need to print this thing called the Z report in Sweden, which is for accounting. That's this long paper showing everything you've sold today. So we have to save all of those for 10 years, I think it is. But don't mind that. We're now gonna be I had gone to the gym quickly, and then after that we're gonna be going to my girlfriend's sister's house to have dinner, and then in the evening work a little bit on the roomie sprint. So let's get changed for the gym and head there.
On building a company that would correct him, the boss, the high status prestige.
Okay, so we're at 12:30. The reason it's this bright is because I got this bright ass light here. But now we've made some big improvements to the app. So as you can see now, when I flick between these, it's super smooth. I can flick between those, super smooth. Let me just bring my phone out to show you what it looked like before. I'm gonna head over to Roomie. And let me give you a look at what it looked like before. So I would press one of those, it would kind of glitch a little bit to get that load, it will glitch. You would press kindergarten, and then you would go to all classes and it rebuilds the whole thing. We press kindergarten and you know it's hidden. Now with the new layout, if we go over there, it's much better. I press kindergarten, I see the whole kindergarten, and it's the same with the tasks. It's much smoother. So some big improvements there. Now this was a very specific log, it was talking a lot about SEO. I hope you learned a little bit. Maybe this is not super relevant for you. I'm just sharing whatever I'm doing, so yeah, whatever it is, you're forced to watch it if you're watching these videos. I appreciate you so much for watching these videos. If there's anything else you want to see, like the SEO deep dive, or not really deep dive, but you know, advice, then feel free to let me know down below, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.